She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain. Book 3, Chapter Navigating Female Libido and Sexual Vitality. In the complex architecture of female sexuality, libido and physiological arousal, lubrication, are the dual pillars of a fulfilling intimate life. A decline in sexual desire or the presence of vaginal dryness are not merely inconveniences, they are biological and psychological signals that the female system requires realignment. Understanding these signals is the first step toward reclaiming your sexual sovereignty. From the delicate balance of hormones to the deep-seated imprints of early childhood development, every factor plays a role in how your body responds to pleasure. The hormonal and biological landscape of desire. The female libido is fundamentally tied to the endocrine system. Any disruption in this delicate balance can lead to a state of sexual silence. Contraceptive influence. Hormonal contraceptives, if not perfectly matched to your individual chemistry, can suppress free testosterone, the primary driver of desire in both women and men. If you experience a sudden muting of desire after starting a new birth control method, a consultation with a gynecologist endocrinologist is essential to recalibrate your hormonal profile. The postpartum transition. Following childbirth, a drop in libido is often a natural biological phase. The elevated levels of prolactin required for breastfeeding naturally suppress estrogen and desire. This is a transitional period of evolutionary protection, focusing your energy on the infant. Once breastfeeding concludes and the menstrual cycle stabilizes, the hormonal baseline typically returns. Clinical depression and energy allocation. When the brain suffers from a deficit of neurotransmitters like serotonin, the body enters a survival mode. It prioritizes vital functions, heartbeat, and digestion over reproductive or pleasurable ones. In a state of depression, the spark of libido is often the first thing to be extinguished, as the body conserves its dwindling energy. The psychology of attachment, the first year, and tactile hunger. Beyond hormones lies a deeper, more primal layer of sexuality, the quality of our first emotional bonds. Scientific research and clinical psychology have demonstrated that the first year of life is critical for developing basic trust. The mother-child bond. If a mother was responsive, providing touch, warmth, and skin-to-skin contact, the child grows up with a nervous system that views touch as safe and rewarding. Tactile deprivation. Conversely, if a child was raised in a rigid environment where crying was ignored and physical affection was scarce, they may grow up undertouched or emotionally guarded. This often manifests in adulthood as a coolness towards sex, or an inability to connect with one's own body. The path to healing. For women who feel disconnected, the remedy is somatic reparenting. Through professional massage, spa rituals, and intentional non-sexual tactile play with a partner, the touching but not finishing protocol, you can reawaken the skin's receptors and teach the nervous system that pleasure is its birthright. The physiology of arousal. Understanding lubrication. Vaginal lubrication is the female equivalent of a male erection. It is a vascular event where blood rushes to the pelvic floor, causing plasma to weep through the vaginal walls. When this process fails, sex becomes painful and abrasive for both partners. The lack of arousal cycle. The most common cause of dryness is simply a lack of genuine arousal. Without the initial spark of desire or sufficient foreplay, the vascular pump never activates. Breaking this cycle requires sexual education, learning your unique erogenous zones, and ensuring the mind is invited to the party before the body is expected to perform. Pelvic floor vitality. The amount of lubrication is directly proportional to the health of the pelvic floor muscles. If these muscles are weak or atrophied, blood flow is restricted. Regular pelvic floor training, intimate gymnastics, increases the density of the vascular network, ensuring that even during menopause, the tissues remain plump, hydrated, and responsive. Pathological and environmental factors. Chronic dryness can also be a symptom of dysbiosis, imbalances like thrush or bacterial vaginosis. Any inflammation signals the body to stop producing arousal fluid. If discomfort persists, a gynecological screening to eliminate infections is the necessary first step. If the health is perfect and arousal is high, but dryness remains, it may be a unique constitutional trait, easily managed with high-quality, professional-grade lubricants. Discover the secrets to nurturing your lifestyle and love style at Wish for Love. The electronic version of all chapters from the full book, She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain, can be found at wishforlove.org.